Good morning. I am back. We continue with where we stopped last week. I just want to greet everybody, wherever you are. It could be good afternoon. It could be good morning. It could be good evening. But here, it's good morning. All right? Thank you very much. Today we are coming back with a special message. Why I call it a special message is because last week I warned the Zambians. I warned the Zambian people last week. And as it may, you know, sometimes God works in different ways, which we may not understand. And it seems to me like this last week was one of those ways in which God will work in mysterious ways. When I was talking here, it was here. I was wearing the same uniform that I have. When I was speaking last week, it's like I was predicting the future. It didn't even take long. Last week, I was saying that Makebi Zulu is the way to go. Imwe Zambians, listen to me very well. Last week I was saying Makebi Zulu is the way to go. I also categorized myself as part of the older generation. And according to what I was saying last week, I was saying that the older generation, their time has expired, including myself. Our time has expired. Now, that doesn't mean that we cannot aspire for president. That doesn't mean that we cannot aspire for any political office or maybe diplomatic office or stuff like that. No, that doesn't mean that. What I was saying is that this time is the time for the youths. The youths of Zambia are in the majority at this point in time. And Makebi Zulu is a reflection of what Zambia looks like now. And this is the reason why we should have a president who is wise, intelligent. He's an intellectual, actually. You see? Calm, committed. You see? When you look at all the attributes of a leader, you find those attributes in Makebi Zulu. Makebi Zulu is not emotional, okay? You will see him even when he's talking. Even when people are attacking him. Look at that video, look at that interview he did with the Shosta House. People were attacking Makebi Zulu. And Makebi Zulu didn't lose his composure. He didn't lose his calm. He didn't lose anything. He was still composed. In the midst of storms, Makebi Zulu was composed. He is in control of his emotions. That's why Makebi Zulu should be the president of the Republic of Zambia. Iseva PF olostina muchite adopt Makebi Zulu just know that Makebi Zulu will still be president of the Republic of Zambia. That's what I can tell you. In PF, but I know what happens in PF. Last week I was even warning you, Kuti, these other people, these wakulu awa, tiwalekedele ntawu yao inashita expire. These other people are full of hatred, grudges, bitterness. It was last week that I was talking about these things. But yanganani manje vamene vachitika mu PF. Kulima reshuffles, kulima chan, all those things. You see? All those things, sivifunika, when we are trying to unite, we are trying to go to the convention. In less than 10 days, we'll be doing our convention. Then manje tayamba ku fighting, expelling people. There is a reason why President Michael Sata expelled some of these people. There is a reason. Don't tell me that President Michael Sata was wrong. He didn't know what he was doing. No, he knew exactly what he was dealing with. That's why some of these people, he expelled them. You see? A leader is supposed to have some kind of control over his emotions. Why am I insisting on the emotions? It's because a leader has got he is entrusted with so much power. And if he's not in control of his emotions, he can blow up. I mean, example, munaiona mweka. I'm not here to attack anybody, but mweka munaiona example. Pamene maliro siana bwere, munamvera vinachitika pa kamera. It's on camera. Oh, I have cancelled the national mourning. I have cancelled national mourning. No more national mourning. Can you see that? And a few days later, oh yeah, we are mourning. Can you see that? A leader is not supposed to be like that. Now, that doesn't mean that a leader cannot be offended. That doesn't mean that a leader cannot be right. And that doesn't mean that people cannot push the leader so far. It doesn't mean that. It just means that a leader, no matter how much pressure you are under, you should still be in control of your emotions. Because if you are not in control of your emotions, you can abuse the power that you have. You can abuse the power that you have. Now, I know that there are so many things that happened that made the press conference yesterday, the day before yesterday, around 22 hours, there could be some credible evidence that was brought in that necessitated a rush conference, a press conference like that to announce major changes in PF. I understand that, and I'm not disputing that. But all I am saying is that when we are dealing with the people, we are dealing with human beings. We should not use emotions. As a leader, yes, the people can offend you. Even me here, they insult me, they abuse me, they say all sorts of things. They say, oh, Bapiri Mulinanjala. I mean, they say all sorts of things to me. Some of them I cannot even mention them here. But guess what? I'm still myself. Because to me, I disagree with people on policy. I don't hate them because I disagree with them. No. Man, that's not me. So, I'm coming back to you. Makebi Zulu is the way to go. I know there are people, they are campaigning. We have got different groups. This one is supporting this one. This one is supporting this one. This one is supporting that one. But I'm just telling you that if you want elections in 2026, kuti ise va PF tikawine, so that we, the Patriotic Front Party, can win the elections, ni Makebi Zulu. I know there are people who have got a lot of support, Valinama delegates, they have got a lot of delegates, and they have got all sorts of things. Listen to me, Imama youths, you are the one to decide this election next year. And let me tell you the truth. Last week I was telling you, where is Zumanizimba? Zumanizimba is in because of aba bantu bakulu sibakululukira ukawalakwira nishichapra. Mana, this older generation of Zambians, it's a different breed of Zambians. When you offend them, they don't forgive you. Like Inepano, I offended the one man that I cannot support you. And he promised me that Suza kapondako ku Zambia. And it's true. He confiscated my passport. And that was in 2016. That's what I'm telling you. He even confiscated the passport of my child who was not even born in Zambia. You see, what I'm telling you, my youths in Zambia, what I'm telling you is the truth. This older generation of Zambians, they don't forgive you. If you offend them, you have to be in for it. That's why I was telling you, Kuti, let's bring Makebi Zulu, who is clean. He's young. My problems, my grudges, my bitterness, all these things, revenge, all those things, he's not concerned about that. He's young, he doesn't know all these things. And that is the person who should rule Zambia, so that Zambia can come back to democracy. Now, let me come to, I was just trying to give you a background of what I'm trying to say today. What I'm trying to say today is that Makebi Zulu is the only presidential candidate. The only presidential candidate. This is according to public records. Okay? Because you see, in politics, we don't go into private lives of people. Okay? In politics, we follow public records. According to public records, Makebi Zulu is the only presidential candidate who has told us the plan that he has to end load shedding, number one, to end Cadrerism. Last week, I told you, Mazambians, how Makebi Zulu plans to end load shedding. Ninakamba last week. And if you didn't follow that video, I would ask you to go back to this channel and the other channel and listen to what we said last week. We spoke about nuclear energy, and I'm not going to go into details about that. Today, I want to talk about Cadrerism. Makebi Zulu is the only presidential candidate who has told us what he's going to do to end load shedding. To end Cadrerism. Maana? I know there are so many presidential candidates who, especially in PF, we have got so many presidential candidates, and we have got other presidential candidates in other political parties. We have got so many political parties in Zambia, and all those presidential candidates, they have commented on Cadrerism. They have commented on violence, political violence that is going on in Zambia. They have all commented on that, have you seen? And a few presidential candidates who have not yet commented on political violence that is going on in Zambia. But when you listen to everything everybody who has spoken on political violence, you will see that all of them, including the president, all of them, including the Republican president, they have not given us a specific plan on how they plan to end political violence. Now, since I'm speaking to the whole world, I should also explain to the world that when I say political violence, in Zambia, it's called Cadrerism. Even though the word Cada is not a bad name, it's an English name, it has got a very good meaning. Okay? So I don't want to be here talking about Cadrerism, Cada. Eh? And then the rest of the world, they are just confused because the word Cada is a good name. Me pano, they call me BAPHIRI, the senior Cada, obviously. But in Zambia, when we say Cadrerism, what they actually mean is political violence. So I hope the world is following me very well. If you hear me say Cadrerism, what I am actually saying, according to Zambia, I am saying political violence. So, Cadrerism or political violence is one word. You can interchange them. It's one word, you see. Now, let's go back to our topic. Makebi Zulu is the only presidential candidate who has told us what he plans to do to end Cadrerism or political violence in Zambia. Political violence has affected everybody, including the president has been a victim. Political leaders, other opposition leaders have been victims. Political violence has not spared anybody. Me here, as you see me here, I am afraid to bring my children who were born in the United States. I am afraid, very scared, to go and show them Zambia, where their mother and father came from. Okay? As you see me here, I am afraid. I'm holding all the passports for my children. I'm holding them, keeping them here. Have you seen? Because I don't want them to travel. They may want to explore because they grew up in a free country. Okay? They grew up in a free country. They can express themselves and all those things. But you know what? Me, I know that where your parents come from in Zambia, you cannot do what you are doing. You are expressing yourself here in America because you are protected. But in Zambia, you will be not protected. Obviously, I am afraid. I would love to show my children where I come from. You understand me? This it's a pain. Unless you pass through it, you can feel it. You can't see what we are passing through. You know, sometimes I differ with my children because they want to know where Zambia is, where their parents come from. But I'm afraid because I know that if I took them there, there's political violence. There's gender-based violence. There's political violence, especially women. So I am afraid to bring them to Zambia. Not that I don't want them, not that my children don't want to see where they come from. No, I am just afraid, scared, completely scared. The whole lot of the senior Cada himself, I'm scared. I can't bring my children to Zambia. Why? Because of gender-based violence, political violence, which is called in Zambia, is called Cadrerism. And when I look at all these presidential candidates who are aspiring to lead Zambia, none of them has told us the specific plan that he has to end political violence, which is Cadrerism, which is called Cadrerism in Zambia. Apart from Makebi Zulu. Makebi Zulu is the only presidential candidate who has told us what he's going to do. Let me start with the president himself. The president himself, when he won elections, what he said was that, there is no Cadrerism. There is no Cadrerism. We have stopped Cadrerism. No Cadrerism. Have you seen? But he didn't give us a plan on how he plans to achieve that, because that was just his goal. But he didn't give us a step-by-step plan on how he's going to end that. Okay? He just said that you are on your own. That's all. And I think 2 weeks ago, he was in Chingola. And this political violence disturbed his meeting. And people have said it's alleged that some of those people are from his own political party, who are not happy with some of his political his policies. Now, I'm not here to discuss the reason why he was attacked. Or I'm not here to justify why we should be attacking a sitting president. I'm not here to do all those things. You see? So those people who feel offended, you can bear with me today. I'm not here to discuss kuti imwe Chingola, you were offended by destroying your homes. He came to destroy your houses where after you voted for him. I'm not here to talk about all those things. I'm not here to talk about, Imwe, you had a mine where you were working, earning a living from there, and he came to do all the... I'm not here to talk about all those things. Whatever grievances you have, I'm not here to talk about those things now. What I'm here to say is that political violence or Cadrerism is bad. Whether you do it on your own party members, or you do it on your own leaders in your own political party, wherever political violence is bad. Whether it's in UPND itself, it's still bad. Whether it's in PF, it's still bad. Whether it's in other political parties, it's still bad. Okay? So I'm not here to justify the reasons why there is political violence. That's not my point today. My point today is, how can we stop this? That's where my point is. And I am saying that only Makebi Zulu has told us how he's going to end that. The president doesn't have a plan. If he has a plan, he hasn't put it in the public, so we don't know it. So, for today, we are going to conclude he doesn't have a plan. If he had a plan, he was going to tell us. Okay? Or he was going to send the police to deal with that. But we have seen that the only people who have been arrested are those people who attacked the suspects who attacked him in Chingola. And I am also surprised that the leader of Patriotic Front was also attacked. And it's amazing to me that the police will go and rescue him and take him to the hospital after he was being attacked. And then they didn't arrest the people who were attacking him. I'm just confused. I am just confused that the police will come on a crime scene, rescue the victim, and leave those perpetrators of the crime alone. I'm just confused. I don't really understand what went on. And a few days later, I am told that a few people have been apprehended. I'm just confused. Why you didn't apprehend them right there on the crime scene? I don't understand that. I'm yet to understand. Mazambians, you can inform me about that. Okay? So according to the public records, I haven't seen any record which spells out how the president plans to end political violence. A few days ago, the Patriotic Front headquarters, this is a political party where I belong to. This is our uniform. This uniform I'm wearing belongs to the Patriotic Front. And the other group, they have got a red attire. Our headquarters was vandalized. And the way God would put it, the leader of the UPND, who is he? Liswaniso. He's my brother. I call him my young brother. He came in the open and he admitted that his youths are responsible for the violence that happened on PF headquarters. I am happy that he could come out in the open and admit a mistake. Because you see, to solve any problem, you still have to understand that that problem exists. If you deny its existence, then you are not even ready to tackle that problem. But at least Liswaniso took that first step, admit in public that his youths, the youths that are under him as a national youth chairman, they are responsible for that violence. That step alone is good. And I would recommend, I commend Liswaniso for that. But it doesn't go far enough. Okay? It doesn't go far enough. Yes, he went as far as condemning political violence. As according to the public record, according to what I have seen on the public, he did much better than the president himself. Because the president himself, after the political violence in Chingola, he came here and the first public comment he had was that he warned the Zambians not to revenge in 2021. He was telling the people that after he suffered so much political violence, when he won, he didn't tell the people, his supporters, to fight back. He didn't tell his supporters to revenge. What he did was that he warned them not to revenge. That's what he said after the violence in Chingola, which is okay. But what I'm saying is that it doesn't go far enough to end the political violence. It's a good comment, but it doesn't go far enough. It's not enough, in other words. It's not enough to just say that you warned the people not to do political violence, because you know that it's not every citizen who is going to be obeying to you. Who is going to obey you is not every citizen who is going to listen to what you say. It's not all your members who are going to adhere to what you said. You need to go far enough. You see? And other political leaders, even within the Patriotic Front, I have heard they have come out in the open, like I heard Vamonde condemned the political violence, and the other leaders also condemned political violence. But they didn't go far enough. It was only Makebi Zulu who came out and specifically said what he's going to do about it to end the political violence. When he was commenting on the attack on the acting president of Patriotic Front, he specifically said that if the government doesn't take action, if the government is going to shield those perpetrators of those crimes of political violence against the Patriotic Front leader, what he's going to do, he spelled it out. He said he's going to pursue private prosecution. Have you seen? So it's only Makebi Zulu who has told us what he's going to do to end political violence in Zambia. He is going to pursue private prosecution. Why private prosecution? Because he's not yet the president. He cannot instruct the police on you or the director of public prosecutions on who to prosecute. No, he cannot do that because he's still a private citizen. Have you seen? So because he's a private citizen, he has got a solution to end political violence through private prosecution. I know everybody heard what he said, but you didn't understand what it means. I'm here to explain to you what it means. Well, this is what Makebi Zulu means. He means that before he becomes president, he has got a solution to end political violence. When he becomes president, he has got a solution to completely end political violence. As a private person, he can only do private prosecution. In other words, identify those people who are involved in political violence and take them to court. Provide evidence, because these people are committing crime in public and behind a camera, in front of a camera. You understand? That's how free they are to commit political violence. They are free to commit political violence in public, in front of a camera. And all those cameras are identifying all these people. And according to Makebi Zulu, he can use all that evidence to build up a case and do private prosecution against all these people who are involved in political violence. This is Makebi Zulu. That's why I'm saying, out of all the presidential candidates, including the sitting president himself, it's only Makebi Zulu who has told us what he's going to do to end political violence. When he becomes president in 2026, he has got now a bigger machinery to curb this political violence. This is what I was talking about 2 weeks ago. I told you people that, Mazambians, I told you that Makebi Zulu is going to fight for you. Women in Kaunda Square Market, women in Ngombe Market, in Chifubu Market, in Chiwempala Market, imwe uko kuchadiza, kuvubwi, kuvubwi, kumwami, uko kuistani kumwami, imwe kumpulunguko, kusolwezi, kukopa belti, kukalulushi, luansha, chingola, kitwe, Ndola, imwe kumuchinga uko. All those women who are being victims of political violence. Makebi Zulu is fighting for you he's going to fight for you through private prosecution. This is why I'm saying Makebi Zulu should be elected president of Zambia. What we are doing by electing Makebi Zulu to be president of Zambia, what we are doing, we are just empowering him. He's already doing what he's supposed to be doing as a president. He's already serving the people. All we are saying is that give him a bigger platform so that he can help people on a large scale. That's what we are saying. I don't have too much time today, but we will continue about this. I know that there are so many people who are going to disagree with me. You are most welcome. You can put all your comments in the comment section. I will respond to all those things. Okay? So, in conclusion, I can tell you that Makebi Zulu is the only presidential candidate so far who has told us his plan on how he's going to end political violence. And because of that, I am insisting that let's rally behind Makebi Zulu. all the political parties, even us, PF, as we go to the convention, let's rally behind Makebi Zulu. Makebi Zulu is the only presidential candidate who has told us how he's going to end political violence. That's the main point of my message today. Thank you for listening. God bless Zambia, and God bless the USA. Thank you.